So we'll go no more a roving, by Lord Byron, 1788 to 1824. So we'll go no more a roving, so late into the night, though the heart be still as loving, and the moon be still as bright. For the sword outwears its sheath, and the soul wears out the breast, and the heart must pause to breathe, and love itself have rest. Though the night was made for loving, and the day returns too soon, yet we'll go no more a roving, by the light of the moon. Okay, this is a poem by George Gordon Byron, 6th Baron Byron. Let's see, he's one of the most important poets of the Romantic movement. He's one of the greatest British poets. He was born in London, and he went to Trinity College, Cambridge. He had he was someone who had a very lively life. He was always linked with scandal, with doing all sorts of things, and eventually he had to leave England because people were threatening to lynch him, to string him up and kill him. He then went to live in Venice for Venice, Ravenna and Pisa for many years. Finally, he went to join the Greek War of Independence to fight the Ottoman Empire, and died during that campaign. He died of fever during the campaign. So let's see, what's this about? Well, apparently he wrote this poem when he was 29 years old, and Byron had been going out and having a good time, I'm sure, since he was 15 or 16, he's been living it up. He's been partying non-stop, the party animal, with wine, women and song. And I think he's got to the point where he suddenly realizes that he can't go on doing this, living like this, for the rest of his life. And he's come to the conclusion that, well, actually he needs to grow up, to put a bit of direction in his life. And yes, it's all very well going out and having a great time, party, but there are other things in life as well. And I think this is the idea of it. I think he's rather shocked at the idea that he can't rove anymore. To rove is to go aimlessly here and there, where he has no particular aim in life. Yeah, you go out on a Saturday night and you rove around and see what's happening, see what happens, and he realizes that this is no longer the right thing for him to do. And there's a lovely metaphor here. For the sword outwears its sheath, so and the soul outwears the breast. So these are wonderful metaphors where he's saying that his soul needs more than this. A sword, you can put it into the sheath and take it out, and put it in and take it out, but there comes a point where the sheath, the body, just falls to pieces. The soul gets old, the soul gets tired. And I love this metaphor that he still wants to go out and go partying, but he's had enough. He would rather stay at home than go out. Although he still enjoys going out, but it's come to the point where the desire to stay in and be more serious has overtaken this party animal idea. And his soul, his feeling, his very self has now come to a point where it wants more. I think he feels tired. So his body is the sheath, and the body is tired. But his soul doesn't want to do this anymore. He wants to do something more important with what remains of his life. So we'll go no more a roving so late into the night, though the heart be still as loving and the moon be still as bright. So it's time to stop to stop party. It's time to stop going out until 6 o'clock in the morning. And yes, my heart is still, I still want to do it. I'd still like to do it, but okay, there's this though, but, and the moon be still as bright. And yes, it looks like a great thing, and it sounds like a great idea, but I've been staying up all night for years, and maybe there are other things to do in life apart from this. Because one of the things is, if you go out all night, you come home, you sleep all day, and it's time to go out all night again, and it becomes a way of life. For the sword outwears its sheath. The sheath is the thing that you put the sword in, and the sword is clearly his soul, and the sheath is his body, and the soul continues, but the sheath, the body, is getting tired of things like that. I think maybe he wakes up in the morning and the hangover's worse, and he feels worse, and the soul wears out the breast, and the heart must pause to breathe and love itself have rest. So I think he's tired of waking up with a different woman every morning. I think he's tired of these continual one-night stands. I think he wants more in life. And yeah, it's great going out and having a good time, but the heart needs to stop. You can't love one woman after another. Your heart needs to calm down and love itself. Maybe he needs a rest from all of this love. It's just too much love. Maybe he's wondering about, should I settle down? Well, for a person like this, it could be quite difficult. Though the night was made for loving and the day returns too soon, yet we'll go no more a roving by the light of the moon. And yes, the night was made for love. The night was made to pick up the prettiest girls. And yes, it's day all too quickly. But this idea of day returns too soon, I think, is also talking about the fact that life is limited. The sheath has been used too much, and now he's almost become he's become jaded, and it's day again too soon, and it's time to go out and start the cycle again. So the night was made for loving, and loving a woman all night is great, but there's day again. Day comes far too quickly. And there's more to life than this. Yet we'll go no more a roving by the light of the moon. So it's time to change. It's time to put some direction in my life. To go to do more than just party. There's more to life than this. And I think this is the idea. This poem, it's about growing up. It's about realizing that we need to do something with our lives. We need to find direction. We need to have some sort of constancy in our lives. So we'll go no more a roving by Lord Byron.